this one is for my future self. So whenever or wherever this video finds you, I hope you're doing well and welcome. I haven't posted in, I don't know, probably like a few weeks, maybe a couple months or something, and it's pretty typical of me to take these breaks, right? What really got me here right now in this video is this guy right here. And actually this was part of a set of 3 I got gifted just for like writing purposes from my sister, I think. She's the best, man. She always gets me on these crazy knickknacks and stuff, and I have to be like, yo, please, like, don't. It's so hard for me to take care of like material things, dude. But I'm so grateful that I have someone like that in my life. I was reading through some of my old journal entries, and some of these are from 2021, almost. I was gonna say 6, but like it's not 6 because I just know there's also 2020 entries like somewhere in my stash. But like 5 years ago, 4.5, 5 years ago. And it just like reminded me of why I started journaling, or why I had initially journaled and how that journey evolved. But journaling eventually became a track of how my life was turning out, and it was really nice to reflect back on things and be like, wow, like these patterns were emerging so slowly, and I didn't have any hint of it, you know. And that's really the main reason why I make these videos anymore. Initially, that journey started as wanting to be socially famous, validated, gain external validation from other people, be famous and whatnot. Eventually, it became a means of self-exploration and tracking my journey of how I was evolving, how I was dealing with experiences in different times, different phases of my life, what were the patterns that I kept repeating. And that's something I realized about one of the past experiences that I feel like I'm repeating now. It feels super weird, and somehow at the same time it also feels like, yeah, like that makes sense, because in some ways I am the same, but also very different. I'm also navigating like a similar situation in different ways. I don't want to get too much into that, really. I just wanted to hop on and be like, yo, like it's been a minute, and journaling, keeping log through writing videos, it's like, it's kind of important and nice because it reminds you. And I'm gonna be real, bro, like one day when I'm 60 plus, 70, like when I'm closer to, well, who knows, maybe by that time we'll have more crazy biotech available that we could live longer. But either way, I hope to continue to look back on these videos. And recently, one of the questions I've been thinking about is, what would, if you know, if I were to place myself in the future, like I'm 60, 70, 80 years old, what would that version of me want to do in this moment, knowing what he knows? Because I feel like in the midst of my current life, sometimes I get so lost in the material aspects, especially like my work. Like it really does consume me in some ways. And then I feel like I give myself a lot to certain relationships, in sometimes like family things in my life, that I'm just saying, like I feel like it gets a lot for me to handle. And I feel like it does for everyone. Like, that's part of being human. Like, it's part of the human experience. But I just get so entangled in these material things when I have it, we all have it in our ability to come back to our minds, come back to our body, come back and be here in this very present moment and let ourselves just be and immerse ourselves in whatever is in front of us, whether that be work, family obligations, relationship stuff, whatever, could be anything. The past doesn't exist, the future hasn't happened, the present is what we have. And I feel like my old version would really want me to do more of that, be more present. Because when I look back at all these journal entries, I'm like, wow, like, I'm so glad I was grateful for the things that I was grateful for at the time. There was one of these entries where I wrote down, I was grateful for not getting caught, and I have no idea what that means, bro, but I am sure that I did some funny shit, and I'm glad that, like, no one caught that. But, like, now I'm so curious, like, what the fuck? Like, what? But it's just, like, finding joy in, like, little things in life is so important. Like, I'm happy to see in hindsight that I was doing that. I'm happy to see in hindsight that I was putting in work for myself, giving myself affirmations, also dedicating my time towards my goals, where I would write down the action steps I would need to take for some of those goals that I had set out. And it's good to see how I've grown in different ways. It's good to also see the areas where the light just went out. I was like, what happened? It's also good to see the areas that I want to continue to hone in and get better at. Because it's also, this journey is a never ending one, and that's what the learning and improving process and self discovery process is all about. Somehow, I got so entangled in the past few months, I feel like specifically, that I forgot one of the biggest things that I've always put an effort for and towards is me and taking care of myself, like my health, hygiene, like etc. Like, I feel like I gave well, bro, I can't even lie though. Like, PhD is tough. Like, it does require a lot of time and effort, and simultaneously, I feel like I may have put in, like, way more than I. I don't. But there's so much nuance to this that I'm like, I just can't justify either side being better or what should or could have happened. I'm just grateful to be where I am now, and that's what I want to bring myself back to. But this year is, again, as usual, going to be all about self discovery. It's going to be about figuring out what belongs what needs to be a continued practice, what needs to be tweaked, modified, changed, improved, built upon, refined. And this year, instead of goals, I've been thinking a lot about what will I do more of and what will I do less of. And finally, earlier today, I was able to place the label for it. I think it's intentions. Instead of having definitive goals, it's intentions. It's the intention of having more physical movement, especially for my cardiovascular health. So doing cardio activity. That is one of the examples, one of the goals, or one of the intentions that I have for this year. The other one is this actually falls under the bigger intention of just being more mindful of my health and trying to take better care of my health, which will include the physical movement, cardiovascular activity specifically. I'm so tired, so I'll wrap this video up here. It's like 11 something p.m. I've been sick the past 2 days, working from home. Well, sick the past 3 days now, working from home the past 2 days, but the boy is powering through. And yo, future me watching, man, I don't know, well, wherever the fuck you are, bro, I wish I could know, just so I could know. I would still go through the full journey very happily, but it would be so damn cool to just get a peek into the future for once. It really would. But at least I can peek into the past, and perhaps that changes the future, or I was gonna say improve, but like, I don't know, whatever could happen in the future, bro. I'm getting so off the rails in time. I'm sick, I'm recovering. Yeah, but I really just want to hop on and say what's up and impart this realization that I had with reading some of my past journals from like 5 years ago or something like that, progressing into 3 years ago. And now I'll write a quick journal entry, potentially, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video. I should also say, I have so many videos planned, but it just didn't happen. It just didn't like come out naturally in recording like this today. So maybe I'll drop those, maybe I won't, we'll see. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, spread love, spread joy, be kind,